Ooh, we are not level, guys, are we? I feel like that's a little bit better. Good evening, my friends. It is Sunday the 13th, Sunday the 13th of May. We are 2 weeks into May. I cannot believe it's going so quickly. And tomorrow, me and my friend Simon over on Savidge Reads, I will link his channel below, downstairs, and me and Simon and I are going to do a buddy read, and what we are reading is this beautiful book, Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi? Tomi Adeyemi? I'm just going to go with Tomi Adeyemi. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering that. Beautiful name, beautiful book. Look at this stunning, look at this. I can't see. Let's just presume it was in focus. Lovely, lovely book. And on the back it just says, "They killed my mother, they took our magic, they tried to bury us, now we rise." So it's it's exciting, and there's a lovely map on the inside. And so we're reading this as a buddy read, and oh, I may have just given the game away. Okay, so let me just explain. What you can see flapping out of there is a little secret. I have actually started reading this book. Shh, don't tell Simon. Okay, Simon, when you watch this, you're gonna find out. Basically, Simon is the fastest reader in the history of the world. He's one of those booktubers who can read lots of books a month, and I am unable to do that. So, preempting that, I decided to start reading this just a couple of days early, and to be fair, it really was only a couple of days. It was Friday, I think, because I finished reading Bonfire by Kristen Ritter, and I thought, have I got time to squeeze another book in before we start our buddy read? But I didn't think, because I'm not the fastest of readers, I thought I'd better not attempt that, so I just jumped straight into this thinking it's not going to matter if I read a couple of days or not. And this evening we've been talking, and we were considering putting some rules in place so that maybe we read only a certain number of pages a day. Why didn't I think of that in the first place? That would have been a good shout. But no, we decided to go ruleless, and we're just gonna read it at the same time, which means he's gonna finish it way before me, but it's fine. So just all, as we are disclosing all information right now, I'm on chapter 9, which is 86 pages in, and only in a couple of days, and so far I am very much enjoying it. If I was to describe it to you, I'd probably compare it to Black Panther meets the Hunger Games. And it is neither of those things, but it kind of, that's sort of how I'm processing it. Yeah, so very much enjoying it. The only thing so far is the names I'm struggling to pronounce, but I'm not worrying too much about it because I'm just saying them how I am saying them, and when I find out there's going to be a film and I get to see the film and I learn how the names are actually pronounced, that'll just completely steamroll over what I but how I butchered these names. Yes, I was one of those people in Harry Potter who did not know that Hermione was pronounced Hermione. I was one of those merry few who pronounced it Hermione for years. But there we are. That's what's happening. This is happening, and so far I'm really enjoying it. And Simon, I apologise, the cat's out of the bag, but never mind. You may start reading it tomorrow, and you'll probably be ahead of me by tomorrow evening. Good evening, my friends. So it is Thursday evening, I can't see the date, 17th. This evening I did confess to Simon that the buddy read sort of wasn't happening. No, basically we were talking about it, and unfortunately Simon's a very busy lad, and he was he couldn't start reading it on Monday, and then he sort of thought, oh, I'll start Tuesday, and then he was like, oh no, I can't start Tuesday, maybe I'll start Thursday. And he was like, oh no, I can't, I'm actually busy this weekend, let's try next week. And then he just thought, you know what, let's not do this, let's try and do it on the 1st of June. And I was just like, oh no, because I've read quite a bit already, and I think now I'm on like chapter 19 or something. So I had to confess, because there's no way I can drag reading this out until the 1st of June and then pretend to, you know, just equal to speed of reading. So knocked it on the head. I have confessed. So all cards on the table. I'm going to carry on reading it because I'm very much enjoying it. I hope he enjoys it too, and we will discuss it in June when he's reading it. But for now, the buddy read sort of failed. But it's okay, because we'll just get in a different book and we'll do it at a different time. So it's all good. Just wanted to give you guys an update. So I'm going to go read it now. I'm in bed and I'm going to read it now. Night night. Oh, hey, twos. Oh, that was very, very graceful. I hope you really enjoyed that little glimpse into how graceful I am in life. Hello friends, welcome back to this next little installment in my buddy read video. Or really, I'm going to entitle this now because I'm realising this is the buddy read that went wrong. So that's what the video is going to be called, I think. I'm joined with a Cafe Nero vanilla icy coffee, because even though it's pouring with rain today, it is still very, very warm. Very, very warm. I don't know why I'm in jeans. Oh, so refreshing. I do like an iced coffee. An iced coffee, not a nice coffee. I like a nice coffee, but I like a nice iced coffee. I just wanted to update you on how, oh my days, I apologise for that little shaky of the camera. I may have kicked the stand. Oh, well, I can't get comfortable. Well, okay, so this is my little update on the reading of Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Can I remember names? Look how far into it now I am. This is a really quite a large book. We are on the 25th of May now. This will be done as we finish May. And of course you know by now as well from the previous parts of this video how this buddy read didn't really go to plan. Sorry Simon. But just an update on the actual book. I am very much enjoying this, and I can see this. I have since read that the film rights have been sold for this, and I also have since learned that this is the start of a trilogy. So that pleases me very much, despite how long the book is, because it is a long book. It's like 550 pages long. That is quite long for a young adult book, for the first part of a trilogy anyway. Let me explain, I think, why I think it's this long. I think it's told from 3 different people's perspectives. It's told from, there's 3 main characters, and you go in their heads, and it's in first person. And so I think because you are experiencing some of the same situations, but from different perspectives, is why this book is so vast. And actually, do you know what? I don't mind the vastness anymore, because I have been completely immersed into the world. It's just sort of, I feel like it's coming to the conclusion now, kind of whatever, I don't know whether it's a big fight at the end, or just the kind of the conclusion to this installment of the story is about to start. And it really is about these people kind of trying to overcome the oppression that they are under, and this rule by this king who just has done some unspeakably horrible things to the population in order to, he thinks, to save. And that's what's actually quite interesting, I will say, about this book so far, is that you do understand the method behind the madness, even though it's still madness. You know, you do understand why this king chose to do what he did in the past, which you find out at the very, very beginning of the book. You know, the magi have gone. The people who have magic and who are able to wield magic have been wiped out by this king. It's a mass murder, and he allowed the children of the magi to live because they hadn't developed magic yet. And I think I'm right in saying that some sort of ritual has to take place where the magi kind of open up the magic in the children, so they don't have magic. They have the potential to have magic. And I actually really like the main characters in this. There are four main characters, but you're in the heads of three of them, and I enjoy being in their heads. I think it will be quite interesting to be inside the fourth one as well, who's Tzayn, T-Z-A-Y-I-N, Tzayn, I'm saying it, Tzayn. He's an interesting person as well, but I'm wondering why we aren't in his head. Quite frankly, I am wondering why we aren't in his head too. There was just a horrible thing just happened though in this book, I'm not going to lie, and I was really gutted that it happened. So it's more death. And it was quite horrific to read, despite it being described quite simply and kind of matter of fact. Because you're in the characters' heads, you don't get that kind of omnipotent narrator of the author speaking about how vicious it is. It's done a bit more bluntly, kind of like how The Hunger Games is written, because you're in Katniss's head, so things happen and it's just from her eye line really, and her emotions, and that's quite visceral in a different way. But yeah, I've been describing this to people online as kind of like a mixture between The Hunger Games, Game of Thrones, and what's the third thing? Black Panther, because it is kind of those things. It's interesting. I'm really enjoying it. Actually, I do recommend this, and I haven't even finished it yet. I'm really hoping the ending is going to not going to change my mind, because it has been a bit of a labour of love. You know, last month I read 4 or 5 books. This month I've only read 2, because this one is so long and I still haven't finished it. I've got a good 100 and a bit pages left yet, but I'm hoping that once I only thing I would say so tomorrow, I may even finish it already, and then I'll be back outside of the videos about this book, is that the different people of this book, and some people have magical abilities, some people don't. The land is called something. There's different factions in that land. They all have different names, and so far, I'm not going to lie, I have struggled to remember what word means what. But yeah, so far we are on the home stretch, 100 pages to go, and I'm really in the conclusion of this volume. Hello everybody, so this is just a tiny little video because I've just watched Taylor Swift playing at the Radio 1 Biggest Weekend on BBC One, and it was really lovely. And now I'm just about to go and watch A Very English Scandal on BBC One as well, BBC Evening. I just wanted to let you know that yesterday I finished it. Now, I just wanted to say really quickly that I really very much enjoyed this book. It's taken me about 2 weeks to read, and the ending was pretty violent, pretty bloody, pretty epic. There were some moments, and it ended quite sort of suddenly, and I really am very much looking forward to the next instalment in this story. So this sort of concludes the end of the reading vlog, which started out as a buddy read and ended up not being a buddy read, but it's now the end, and I'm going to go now and I'm going to watch A Very English Scandal, and I'll give you a proper sort of review or my thoughts of this book in my May wrap-up, and I will